Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome to Stappenbach 17. Now I am very well aware that I'm probably pronouncing this name wrong because it's German and I don't speak German. I only speak English and bad English. So yes, I am aware that the pronunciation is wrong. If anybody is able to help me out with pronunciations in the comments section, that would be hugely appreciated. Spell things out phonetically. You would have to have a good understanding of English as well as the language I'm supposed to be pronouncing, but I know that some of you have done this in the past and it's really helped, and you've said that I've got the pronunciations correct after you've done it. So yes, there is always that. If you are able to help me out, then I will be able to get some of these pronunciations at least a little bit correct, and that would be actually pretty good. But anyway, we are here in Stappenbach and we are going to take a little look around. I have never been on this map. I've never looked around this map. I don't know anything about it. The only thing I've done is I've loaded up the mods, saved the game, and I've then edited it to give us 3 million euros, which is the bank account for Agco. We are responsible for the bank account with Agco. So I don't know anything else about this place at all. We've been put in a bus stop in the middle of the village. This would be the local church, and beyond that, I don't really know what we got. We got a farm up here. There is a vehicle here. Can we drive this? We can. We have a transit van here that we can drive. There is a cultivator here in the yard. We've got some sheds here, and I assume that the doors open. Ooh. Brilliant. The doors swap over. The doors swap. But we have tractors in here. We've got a Zeta in here. We've got a Fortis. This is a Sammy Fortis in here. We've got a New Holland over here, the TC590. We go to this door here and climb out. And what else have we got? There's our Ford Transit. Is there anything in... Ooh! What is this? This is stuff. I've got stuff. Where did that come from? There. Mutterschwein. I don't know what Mutterschwein is. I'm assuming, looking at the pens that we've got in here, that Mutterschwein is something to do with potatoes. Not potatoes, pigs. Pigs. Schwein. Pigs. And we got water, potatoes, straw, grass, dry grass, silage, forage mix, wheat, barley, maize. And then pigs down the bottom coming out. So, what is... Am I pronouncing that right? Mutterschwein? Or is it Mutterschwein? Mutterschwein? Potatoes, straw, grass, dry grass, silage, forage, mixing, wheat, barley, maize. So I'm guessing this is some kind of pig unit that is coded slightly different to the standard pig unit. And, well, that's what I'm assuming, because there's grass and dry grass going in there. You got wheat, barley, maize going in there as well. I don't know about that. Okay, so that's that bit. Let's have a look. What else have we got? We've got a small farmhouse right here, a little bungalow. And can we go in? Can we go in? No, we cannot go in. Right. And there's a mill thing there. This looks like a silage clamp. I should have the glance mod on, but yes, I do have glance mod. Normally, if you go into a silage clamp with the glance mod, it will actually show you that you're in a silage clamp. It will tell you up in the top right-hand corner. Top left-hand corner, I should say. Right, and we've also got... It looks like mountains and stuff up around the side. Okay, I'm not going to wander through the fields. Let's first... right, so we start off up in this top corner up here. We've got chickens there. There's pigs over there. So, what were we looking at? What was the building that we were looking at? Pretty sure that wasn't that something to do with pigs? I'm coming around here. What did I do? I've gotten lost now. Which way did I go? I came out of here. There's a silage clamp here. Well, yeah, I clicked. I don't know. I went and I had no. That's different. I've managed to get myself lost. Oh no, didn't I walk up this way? I went past the bungalow. I've seen that one. I'm lost! I've actually managed to turn myself round and get lost already. Oh, that is brilliant. How have I managed to get lost already? Seriously, I haven't done anything yet. I got lost. Did I press a button and flick to a machine? New Holland, TC5. Yes, I did, didn't I? I did. I went to, there's another New Holland TC590 there. This one, is this the one? This is the one that I started with. Right, this is the what this one here. This is one I started with because the doors are shut. This isn't the one that I started with. I went to that one, and then I went to this one, and then to this is the one. This is where I'm supposed to be. Right. The door's shut. Why is the door shut? This isn't the one. I'm so lost and confused. There's so many farms. Right, that's the first one. Then the second one. Then this one. And then we got lizard. Right, I went to the black. And yes, look. The door is open. The door is open. All is well with the world. So this is where we were. But if you look now, now we want to have a look on the map. Right, I'm down here now. I went up there without even realizing I'd done it. We've got. Well, there's other bits here. I don't really know what these are. There's cows there, there's pigs, there's sheep, there's chickens. I haven't put any animals on the map to start with, and a lot of you said in the last couple of videos, could I please put some cows on the map to start with? So that's what I'm going to do this week. I'm not going to do any questions this week because I want to have a look around. And I was thinking to go and get a lizard road rage, one that I've modded to like 200k, 300k even. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to have a little drive around on the map like this. I am going to start fast forwarding time. We got no animals whatsoever. I got a crone thing there. Is that mine? I don't even know what's mine. There's so much stuff. Oh, what's that? There's an unusual symbol there. Let me go and see what this unusual symbol is. I was told there are things. Invest 145,000 euros and get the compost works, which promise you big profit over the time. The compost machine, which is powered by fuel, produces automatically compost out of different raw materials. Compost can be sold at the nursery. Okay. I was told about this. I was told there are things on the map, and you don't just start off with them. You've got to go and buy them. You've actually got to fork out the money to buy them to start with. And yes, we have seasons running. You can see that. That's why I didn't add cows to the map to start with, because I did wonder whether or not we would start with spring and then maybe fast forward and go on a little bit further. We got another thing here we can buy. Many cows make work. Buy this dairy plant outside of Stappenbach to take advantage of farming economy based on dairy products. It costs 680,000 euros. Yeah, you start off, by the way, on this map with 300,000 euros, so you do have enough to invest in something. There is a silo, many places to park, and your machines and different halls all inclusive. Right. Let's go in and have a look around this one. We got there's some buildings down here. There's various bits up here. It's all blocked off here. You can't get into it and you can't use it. You gotta buy it to unlock. This is the whole cattle yard. So if we want cattle, we gotta unlock the thing first. That is sensational. That is absolutely brilliant. Oh, I'm loving this map. I'm kind of disappointed already that I've only got 4 weeks on this map. And then we've got to move on to another one. Right, I've slowed time down. We're going to stop here at 9:30 in the morning in spring. This is absolutely glorious. This is wonderful. Why didn't I look at this map earlier? I get like this. I do. I get like this. I run around a map and I get giddy as a schoolboy and I start thinking I really want to do a time-lapse series on this map. I really do. I really, really do. And I'm thinking I want to do a time-lapse series on this map. But unfortunately, the map that we're on, Terra Italica, that's the one we're staying on. We don't have time to do that one and another one. I say unfortunately. I don't actually mean unfortunately because I genuinely love that map as well. But this one, this has got like unique things which are very, very cool, and I really like it. Let's carry on. We'll have another little drive up here. Some of you already know this map. Some of you are familiar with the contents of this map and everything about it. What is this? What do we got over here? Is room in even the smallest cabin? Perhaps not. If you need more space for locations with outstation, here you can buy a hall for just 50 grand. So we can buy a placed shed already built. And what I love about this is that it is flat. The terrain has been dug out for the hall, and it is all placed in. I particularly like that there doesn't appear to be much in a way of flat spaces elsewhere on a map. So if you want extra space for your machines, this is something that you'd have to seriously consider. Now, what have we got up here? Some fields up here. Do we own any fields? I'm looking at number 109. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. 186 fields. Do you see this? Look down here. 186 separate fields on the map. I could do like if this one was converted to FS17, I get the feeling I could spend the entire 2 years of FS19 playing this map for the time-lapse series in order to be able to fully unlock the whole lot. 186 separate fields, and some of these look quite big. Let me just teleport onto that one there, 175. That looks to be one of the biggest. There's more up here. I mean, these have got crops in them. These down here don't have anything in them at all. Why don't they have anything in them? They're all cultivated. These are all harvested. I see. Right. Okay. 175. I'm just going to visit this one a minute. Okay, this field looks big. And if I press R for R, nominal value 324,004 hectares. That's a pretty big field. I mean, it's not as big as like the biggest fields that you get on some of the maps, but it's still pretty big. I mean, 102 over here is another one that seems like a fair size, and you look at it, it does go way off into the distance. This one's 5 hectares, 400,000. That's pretty impressive. Are there any others? Maybe field 100, no, that's 116, 115. That one there, field 118. Well, if I go to field 118, I should be able to go to the next field as well. We've got now, it's V and W are the opposite way round in German, aren't they? So, and Z isn't Z so much as a J sound, is it? I'm looking at this, I'm thinking this is something like Je verkaufen. Verkaufen. Is that right? Je verkaufen? I don't really know. Kaufen? Field Grange Kaufen? Je verkaufen? Verkaufen. I think. I don't know. I apologize to anybody from Germany, Central Europe, anywhere like that that I'm butchering your language right now. There, field 117, 4.39. So there's a lot of land here to buy, and like a waterfall that's just stuck in the map. And what I particularly like about this waterfall is that I moved around, I've walked around, I've had it go into my vision, and it has not caused me any lag. And that I have seen from a lot of different maps. Can be quite difficult to code a waterfall or to add a waterfall into a map that doesn't cause any lag. It can be a little bit tricky. It does tend to cause lag. It is unfortunately one thing I do have in the Terra Italica is that there's a couple of waterfalls there, and it does get a little bit laggy around the waterfall. It's not a huge thing. It's not like a major thing, but it does cause me a little bit of lag here and there. Not enough to spoil the gameplay. And I want to go down this way, I think, because this is just fields down here. So really, we want to sort of head down. Is it this way? Yes, it is this way. We want to head over this way, and we're going to drive on down. We're going to take a look at some of this forestry area down here, which is looking pretty good. Got some nice bits of trees and stuff. Now, can we just go and buy and sell the trees? It's the next thing that I want to find out. Gonna have a look. Where is the sawmill? There's got to be a sawmill here somewhere. We've got BGA, pallet sale. Let's have a look at pallet sale. That looks like... Right. Right, that's a press and hold open on that door. You press and hold it. And it looks like this is a sale of wood chips. Brettepalatin is something about bigger palate, I think. And then the Hackschnitzel, I'm pretty sure that Hackschnitzel is wood chips. I'm fairly sure it's wood chips. I could be wrong, but I am fairly sure that that is wood chips. Just go there. I'll just pull that one too. So if I got that right, anybody watching, is the Hackschnitzel wood chips? I'm sure it is. I am fairly sure. So we can deposit wood chips in there. One thing I don't like on just about any map, right, was that whole Stamm. I don't know what that one is. Oh, logs. Oh. Is this... Please tell me that this is a sell point. Because one thing I don't like is the ones that don't have sell points for any of the forestry materials, and all you can do is take it in and turn it into pallets. It doesn't look like this is one of those places. It really doesn't. It looks like you can just bring logs and wood chips in and you can sell them, just as they are. I really, really hope that's the case, because that is one thing that I dislike with any map, is being forced to turn it into pallets. I like turning it into pallets, I like having that option, but I like it to be just that. I like it to be an option. I like to be able to choose how I play the game, because sometimes I like the idea of messing around with pallets and logs and other such things. And other times I'm doing some forestry, I just want to sell it and make some money. That's all I want to do. I just want to sell the timber, sell the wood chips, make a bit of cash out of it. So I'm really, really hoping that that is the case with that one. So it looks like it. It does look like it, although it's up there, and we are currently down here, so that would be a trip with a truck. How do you even get up there? Ooh. Oh, now. How do we get up there? That's the pallet place all the way up there. We're going to do that now. This is what we're going to do. We've cut down some trees, and we need to figure out the best route to get up there. I reckon we want to head along this track over here, because it looked like that was a private road coming down there that ends at the forest. So we can drive up along here. And when we get this way, is that a signpost? No, that's just a cross on the side of the road. A wooden cross on the side of the road. I've never seen that before. We don't get that in the UK. Where I live, you get the old stone crosses. You get old Celtic stone crosses that most of them have been there for a good few thousand years. A few thousand? This is Celtic stone cross. About 1,500 years, I think they started putting those up. I genuinely don't know. There's monuments and all sorts all over the place. But a wooden cross just on the side of the road, I've not seen those here. It seems unusual. There's a lot of war memorials all over the place, but I think you got a lot of war memorials. I think they're all over Europe, to be honest. We tend to have war memorials in just about every village, and those are generally in the shape of a stone cross. But you do get much, much older stone crosses on the sides of roads. So we need to give way and come across the road here. And straight across... Well, we got right away through this crossroads here. And we come over here. So this is the water meadows here. One place that I used to work, they had a whole load of grass fields next to a load... Is this ploughed land? Let me have a look. I want to have a look now. Is it actually ploughed land? There is only one way to find out. No, it's not. Right, that is meadows. That is actual meadowland. Yeah, they had a load of small fields like this next to some rivers that ran along. In a flat valley, it was just like this. And they were all referred to as the water meadows. And generally they flooded in the winter. But they were perfect. There were small fields. We used to use them for lambing the sheep in the spring. And so they were used every year, the water meadows were. And it was really nice. I really liked the water meadows. You'd go down there really early in the morning, and you'd get the most amazing mists coming across. It would just roll across the meadows, and usually if you were checking the sheep, you were on a quad bike, and it was a diesel quad bike, so it was quite a noisy beast. And you genuinely felt sort of a bit of you felt a bit uncouth, really. You're sort of roaring along these water meadows. And you turn the engine off, and it is absolute silence all the way through. You'd come down, and you'd be stood on the quad bike. The mist would be there, and you'd struggle. You would generally struggle to see the ground. You're genuinely that thick And so you got your head sticking up above a cloud. It's just all the way through with trees just sticking up down through. And if you looked in one direction, you couldn't see any houses at all. If you could see houses in every other direction, but there was one direction you could stand if you're at one end of the meadows, and you could look all the way down through the meadows and just away into the distance, and you could not see a single house, and you could only see the trees sticking up. You turned your quad bike off, and it was just magic. It was genuinely magical. I mean, you just picture it for a second. You just imagine a green is white, so you can't see any greenery at all, and all you've got is just this white underneath you, just a white fluffy cloud, and you're staring down through this way. You can just see the trees, and you can hear the water just flowing very slowly, but you can't really hear very much because it's quite flat like this with very slow flowing, so you couldn't really hear very much. The animals at that 5:30 in the morning when you were doing your first check on a sheep were fairly quiet. 5:30, 6:30 is usually when it was, and it was amazing. It was genuinely amazing, and it was quite an experience. And I've not really experienced that anywhere else. And I'd worked there. I did that job for about 6 weeks, just the lambing of the sheep, and it was nearly every morning you got to see that. And it was only that time of year that it happened. The rest of the year you didn't get the mists quite like that, and it was just something that I've never seen anywhere else. I've sort of seen similar things, but not quite like that. There was literally nothing. There was one sort of spot you could stand where the trees would just block a couple of houses to your side, and you couldn't see any more in front of you, and it was you were literally the only person on the planet. And you were in what you knew was a very built-up area, and you were still literally the only person on the planet, and that was one of the beauties of it. It was amazing. I've been in remote spots before where there's nobody else around, and it's a different experience. When you know there's no one else there, it's different to knowing that there are hundreds of, if not thousands of people quite close to you, but you're still literally the only person on the planet. And that was a very unique experience. And it, like, just the way that the mists would sit, it was just absolutely amazing. And it's something I've never repeated. And I one day maybe I will. Who knows? We'll see. Right, it's not reminiscing day, although I want to do a little bit more reminiscing, because there's another place that I used to work, and they had this, right? They had a pond like this, and this was really funny. They had this pond, okay? Now, I'm a very strong swimmer. I'm very comfortable in the water, and I can jump into any water, and I'm quite happy there. I can recognize signs for cold shock. If I jumped into, say, a reservoir, and I felt the cold, and the cold was extreme, which does very often happen if you jump into a reservoir. You jump in, and you get this cold, because the top layer warms up, and the bottom layer is still really almost icy cold. You get cold shock, and one of the main reasons people drown when they're experiencing cold shock is because they keep trying to swim. You can recognize it. I've experienced it. You just literally float, get used to the temperature of the water, and then you swim away again, and it's fine. It's not something I'd recommend. It can be extremely dangerous to jump into that kind of water because of the cold shock. The cold shock is responsible for drowning more people than just about any other type of cold water. It's just literally you're going in, and every year people die because they jump into a reservoir or some sort of man-made lake in particular where the water just sits and isn't turbulent in any way. The top layer warms up, and then none of the rest of it does, and so it's really cold. But it's a shame this isn't actual water here, but still. The rest of the lake doesn't warm up, and so you jump in, your body gets this blast of cold, and it causes you to start to gasp and take deep breaths and stuff like that. If you try and swim while you're doing that, you won't swim very well, and you will end up taking on water, and there's very, very high chance you will drown from it. The way that you deal with it is if you jump in and you feel that cold and you feel your muscles starting to cramp and so on, your instinct is to panic and to paddle. Don't do it. Right? It becomes difficult to draw a breath because of the cold. It's that shockingly cold. It's difficult to draw a breath. Don't do that. Just try to relax. I mean, the relaxing bit is difficult, I will grant you, but you've got to float. Just float. You can float on the water. It is entirely possible to float on the water, and the added advantage of floating is that you're floating in the warmer layer rather than the colder stuff underneath. Don't move. Just stop moving and float. get used to the temperature of the water, and then you can start to move a bit. You know how cold it is underneath you, and you can become accustomed to it. And then you can swim to safety. It's probably not a good idea to go swimming in that type of lake anyway. So anyway, I digressed. I had a person that I worked for, and they had a pond much like this, right? It was a big pond. They used to stock fish in it. And it had an island like this in the middle of the lake. And she could not swim. Not one iota. She was even nervous about getting into the bathtub because she really couldn't swim at all. And she liked to go onto the island every year to cut it all back. And why she couldn't just send me over the island, I don't really know. So what we did was she got this boat, this rowing boat, and she had me row her across to the island, and then, you know, she could start trying to cut some of the stuff back, and she would try to row the boat close to the island as well in order for me to lean out and try to cut some of the stuff back as well. So, of course, one year, I thought, I'm going to be funny, and I rowed halfway across. We went and we worked on the island. We went across, we worked on the island, and then we got back. We got about halfway back, and then I stopped, and there's genuine panic in her voice. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop being stupid. Back to the shore. And I said, I sort of put the oars up, and I just rocked the boat ever so slightly, just a little tiny bit. What are you doing? No, stop, no, don't do that. And so I stopped. I stopped immediately. And I said, I think now is an excellent time to discuss the current state of my wages. I can tell you, I can tell you with absolute certainty that none of my jokes were really that well received in that place that I worked, and my sense of humour wasn't appreciated. That was probably the least well received of any joke I'd ever tried, and she got very, very angry with me about that, and she managed to hold it in until we got back to the shore, and then she absolutely blew her lid. She didn't appreciate that. I thought it was hilarious. I genuinely thought that it was hilarious. I thought it was the funniest thing I had ever done. And I'm telling you right now, I was 17, I think, when I did that, and I thought that was pretty good. I'm telling you right now, if I ever had the chance to go back and do that again, I would, without any hesitation, go back and do that again. Right? I definitely would. I know those people that I used to work for, and I know what they were like. I know now things that they used to do that sort of showed me more about the sort of people that they were like, and quite frankly, I think it's entirely possible I'd have just tipped the boat over anyway. If I was to go back and do it now, I very possibly might just tip the boat over. So, yeah, I mean, I did enjoy working for them at the time, but there are certain things that they used to do that I didn't think anything of at the time, but now when I look at it, I'm sort of thinking, yeah, you don't really, you don't do things like that if you've got actual respect for your workforce, and I didn't know at the time any different. Now, though, it's the sort of thing that I would just say, there's absolutely no way that's happening. Either we do it a different way, or you can take a hike. I'm quite happy to go off and find a new job. I'm not going to do that. But I didn't know enough then to be able to say such things, and I just accepted it as fairly standard. So there was that. Anyway, I'm supposed to be looking around its map. Have a heart for pigs. At southern outskirts of Unterhansbach, and directly beside the big biogas plant, you can buy this pig farm for €500,000. There are places to store and places to park included. I love the fact that we got to buy all the animals on here. You've actually got to pay to unlock all the animals. This is brilliant. Now, unfortunately, I can't sort of give this as a question for the week, but enough of you said previously that you would like me to do cows to start with. So we will unlock the cows first. That'll be the first thing that we unlock. The forestry thing, I love it's a long trip to bring the forestry stuff up here, isn't it? There is a long way to go from where we were first looking at. I mean, we could just go and cut down some trees right here. These here on the side of the map. I'm up against field 27 there. This is field 26. Can we get down through here? Is this going to be a bit... It's very early spring. Chances are this water might be... Oh. Okay, I really hope the bottom of this van is sealed, because otherwise we're getting very wet feet. We're getting extremely wet feet if the bottom of that van isn't sealed properly. I've done that before. I have driven my car through a ford and had the water come swirling up round my ankles. It is not something that is... Oh! Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I should have been, because that type of bank in the middle of a water meadow is entirely usual, right? It's a form of flood defense, and all that's going to happen is that when the water floods, it fills this area up. This area here is reasonably protected, so long as the drainage is dealt with properly. If the drainage from this side going down needs to be also dealt with, and very often you'll get the water runoff will come and it will pool a bit up against these, but if the water drainage is dealt with correctly, you won't get very much pooling, and it helps to protect some other bits as well. Although this up here seems to be about the same height as that bank down there, so I'm not sure it's going to help a great deal. It might just be to sort of help this field here not be quite so waterlogged in the early spring, which should give you a chance to get started working on that one. But yes, this does look like a fairly standard sort of flood defense type system. So let me just flick through the combines here a minute. Let me go back to this one, because I have to do this. Okay, I'm sorry if you want some realism on here. I really am, and I apologize for this. So I suggest, if you want absolute strict realism, you can either assume that I'm about to get fired, or look away now, because we are doing this. We are so doing this. Whoever made this, the genius that made this map, definitely made this with me in mind. Right? He must have sensed that one day I would come up here, or else he's just the sort of person that would also... I think it's safe to say that we just got fired. Oh, that was brilliant. Do you see the mud coming off of it? The mud when we were rolling around. That was just fantastic. That was awesome. Right, why have we got gates across here? Oh, this looks like an actual sawmill. This does. This actually looks like a saw. Yes, look. Okay, we go over here. This looks like a sawmill where we don't just sell the logs and the wood chips. This looks like a whole processing plant. But, oh, hang on. Take advantage of big business of wood and become owner of this... Well, excuse you! Did you see that? Take advantage of become owner of the sawmill for just €250,000. Out of logs and wood chips to produce wooden pallets, which you can sell at Carpenter Shop Dinagler at Untitled. Okay, so we're $250,000 and we can get that one. And then we go to Dinagler at Untitled. Pallet sale, is it? Because that's Untitled up there, isn't it? I think it is. Yeah, Untitled. Dinagler. One little bit I am struggling with is some of the names. That's alright. We'll figure it out. Maybe I've got a pallet sale. Maybe that's where I got to go. I had to bring the pallets from the sawmill down here. But, looking at that, Harkschnitzel, Bretta Palatin, can I sell both of them here? Can I just sell straight wood chips here? Ooh, there is a way to find out. Look, we go in here, and then we scroll along. And wood chips. Pallet sale, wood chips, right there. 436. You got wool sale there. Raffleson. Okay, we can grow sugarcane here in Germany, apparently. That's, I've got to admit, that does surprise me. I don't know what that symbol is, but it's also pallet sale, and that's €695. So I'm assuming, I'm making an assumption here. You should never make an assumption. Never assume. It makes an ass out of you and me. All right, remember that. I'm assuming, I am making the assumption that the pallets that come out of here, I think that's, yeah, here we go. Look, boards, pallet, right. The standard sawmill has been built into the game. I think this is Mahu's whole sawmill script. Been built into the game, so we've got wood chips out there and pallets out here. You've got two separate points there for it, and the pallets that come out the boards pallet, they then are sold over the other spot over there, and so that would be logs in over on this one over here. Where are wood chips in? See, our wood chips in on here. Here we go. Hackschnitzel, yes, wood chips. Okay, we got that bit. So, yeah, the wood chips go in there, and then they come out there, the remaining wood chips from there. I have found in the past that these are pretty much self-sufficient for wood chips. Once you get wood chips in, you tip like a trailer load of wood chips in there, you tend to get roughly the same coming out there. You don't really need to add very many more in. So once you've got just a few wood chips and you dumped in, all you've got to do then is just keep adding the timber. You don't need to add anything else at all. And it does make it a little bit easier. Right, on we go. I think we have explored most of this map. We're just going to... I mean, it's just amazing. I am genuinely blown away by the quality of this map. It is absolutely incredible. I want to go over to field 68. Right up the other end. So I'm going to go... I'm going to turn... Actually, I'm going to... Where can we drive? Drive down... Well, let's just drive to the end of this road a minute, and we'll see where the traffic is going. Because there's traffic driving down this road. So they're going somewhere. There is somewhere for this traffic to go. They're coming along here. Alongside the woods. Down here. And alongside the wood. There we go. I can see a car up ahead of us. We're going to pass this one. A narrow country. Look at that. Look at that. Slick driving that was. Slick. Wonderful driving. Keep on going. Keep on going. Some more slick driving there. Round. Oh, steady. Steady. No. No, 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 no. Right. Okay. This is why you don't drive fast on country roads. Now, let's try that again. Do a little bit more slow. Now, hang on a minute. We came round here last time. Yes, and we went down there. That road down there is a dead end. I'm physically pointing at the screen right now, by the way. It doesn't really work without a webcam. No, I'm not getting a webcam. I've no intention of playing this game with a webcam, right? That's not something I'm intending to do. I think it completely ruins the immersion of watching someone play this when they got a webcam and they're making faces at you in the corner. Going to go over here and cows. Right. Press R to pay. Buy cow farm. Wait a minute. Does this mean I name the cow farm? Okay. Okay. Right. This has to be done properly. If we're naming the cattle farm, I have to name this. I'm getting the big book of names. And we've got a lot of we've got a lot of names in here now. So there are some new names, but I think really to make this fair, we will just do a random select. I've got 39 names. Let me just get my random select a minute. Okay, I can hear a car bleeping at us in the background there, and I'm not really sure why he would be bleeping at us in the background. But we had number 3 of 39 come up, and that is Wind Walker. It does all fit. Okay. So this cow farm is called Wind Walker. We have Wind Walker Farm. Wait a minute. Why did it not work? Press R to pay. I'm sure I did it. Wind Walker. Maybe I need to press enter. Why is it not working? Have I got to leave it unnamed? Apparently I got to leave it unnamed. No? Okay, that didn't work either. I'm trying to do this. Let me buy the farm. Maybe I got to do it with one name. Maybe I can't use a space in it. Wind Walker. Try and capitalize that one. There. Maybe that's what we got to do. No spaces. Why? No. I want to buy. Go away! Stop bleating at me. Okay, I don't understand. I cannot buy it. It won't let me buy it at the moment. And I'm a little bit confused as to why I can't buy it. There must be a reason. Maybe I gotta buy a field first. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at this. We've just about come to the end of this episode anyway, so I'm hoping I can find this one out before the start of the next episode. Well, it'd be quite useful if I did, because we want to start with cows, and then we can get some cows transported there and set up. So we'll bring this one in here. Right back where we started. Turn that one off. And now, where are we? What are we going to serve? I'm going to go back over here a minute. I'm in the cow pasture. And I'm going to go back out to the entrance and I'm just going to see. I'm wondering if maybe I need to just buy something else to, like, trigger the game starting or something. Get something else first. And that will allow me to do it a little bit easier. I mean, there might just be some small detail like that I've got to look at. This looks horribly like I've got a field of potatoes. Are they harvested? Hang on. They're harvested. Right, so the field of potatoes is there. The sign is down over that end. Let me go to this field right here and press R. There, so I can buy that one for 115,000. That is now our field. And I will also go over here to field 80. And I will buy this field. There, that's 27,000. So we've got that one. And then, what do we got here? This is a silo here. Fill level chaff, compacting 0%. We can use that one. That is a proper silo and everything. So now that I got those, maybe it'll now let me work on this one. Is it? Right, so cow farm. It looks like I can name it. And now, whether I try to name it or not doesn't seem to make any difference. I go there. If I press enter, it goes back out to that bit. If I go here, I press enter, it goes back out to that bit. And clicking... yeah, it's just not letting me buy it. And I don't know why. There's something going on there. I think maybe I've got to go to it through a different menu or something. I'm not quite 100% certain on that one. I will have a look, and I will see if I can find out what is causing this. It's probably some form of mod conflict, unfortunately, and we will see. I hope you enjoyed our first little tour of this map, and if you did, then could you please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And as this is only 145, I think we'll try and buy this one. Okay, I can't buy anything. Now I am confused. I'm guessing I've got to go to a particular point in order to buy. What do we got? That's Agravis, Milk Cell, Agravis Earth Grain, BGA, Wool Sale there. That is, well, what is Country Trade? Country Trade. I got that there. Is this it? Vent pulling power. I reckon there's somewhere on this map that we got to go in order to be able to buy it, and I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to look this one up. But anyway, yeah, that's all we got time for right now. Next time we will actually get stuck into some farm tasks rather than just touring around. I did actually intend to do some farm tasks, and then I got a little bit sidetracked because this map is just stunning. It is absolutely amazing. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.